Liverpool 4, Fulham 3. What a sensational comeback at Anfield, courtesy of the winning goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Chelsea 3, Brighton 2, in another exhilarating, enthralling, now biting game. The fact that neither of these were televised in the UK, if you're using NordVPN and Setanta Sport like me, you saw it. Legally, of course. But what an afternoon of football we have just witnessed. Liverpool putting themselves second in the league table after it looked like they had bottled a lead. It looked like they bottled it. They looked like they had bottled it. They did. Leading 1-1, 2-1 up, 2-2, 3-2 down. And Endo and Trent Alexander-Arnold dragging Liverpool out of the mire. And Chelsea, let me just say this about Chelsea. They stepped up today, 2 early goals. The first one from Endo Fernandez, who has been much maligned, heavily criticized, ripped into by rivals. When is he going to start to deliver? When is there going to be some GA? When is there going to be some game, some decisive performances that win games? Today was that for him. But that was an interesting game because they conceded close to the end of the first half. Brighton got themselves back in it. And then Gallagher stupidly gets himself sent off. Stupidly. You're on a yellow card. You don't make slide tackles from behind. You were taught this at school. Unforgivable. To be the captain as well, to be sent off, ridiculous. But Chelsea were resolute. They defended impeccably well. Yes, they conceded another goal very, very late on. But they were great and they countered. They won a penalty. And in my opinion, 100% it was a penalty. 100% it was a penalty. I'm seeing Brighton fans upset about it, but no, not for me. James Milner was very, very clever. I'll tell you what James Milner did. He broke his stride to step across the player. Now, you can use your shoulder. You can even step across a player. But if that action of stepping across clips their legs, trips them up, it becomes a foul. So the commentators tried to protect Brighton at that point, but not for me. That was a stone wall penalty. And especially when you watch the replays and you look at what happened, and that gave Chelsea the 3-1 lead. And they were very, very deserving today, Chelsea, of those 3 points. So yeah, for me, 100% a clear penalty. And look, maybe in real time, I can understand why the ref at the pitch level wouldn't give it. Once you watch the replays and you see what James Milner did, where he stepped, it was clever. Very, very clever, but still 100%, in my personal opinion, a foul. When it comes to Chelsea, look, they had to bounce back after that Newcastle drumming last week. And listen, the scoreline, I think, slightly flatters Brighton. I don't think it was a 3-2 game. I don't think it was a game that should only have been decided by a mere goal. But it was a good performance from Chelsea. They got themselves over that line. They now go away to Man United midweek, and they'll be fancying their chances. They're starting to score goals. They're starting at times to look dangerous. Now, can they do that away from home at Old Trafford? Right now, you would say, yes, Man United are not exactly ripping up trees. They're not exactly ripping up trees and looking amazing out there. So it's going to be an interesting game come midweek. But as ever, people, look, I want your views and I want your opinions on today's games for both Chelsea and Liverpool Football Club. And I will say this now, it's absolutely ridiculous that neither are on TV in the UK. Both are on at the same time is an abomination. The fact that millions of people have not got to witness both those games, even if you're a Liverpool fan who was watching your match, the fact that you weren't able to enjoy that Chelsea-Brighton game, I just think it's an abomination. I really, really do. I keep seeing people here saying the true corruption in the league just seen. I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't know what corruption at all. Maybe you're talking about the end of the game. I didn't know whether they were ruling Brighton a handball or not. It was all very weird. And the fact they didn't even give Brighton a penalty, it wasn't a penalty. It hit Cornwell's head. They didn't give him a corner. Mad. The last 5-10 minutes of that game, it all went a little bit wrong. But at least the wrong decision wasn't given. Can you imagine if they gave a penalty for the ball hitting his head with VAR? Can you imagine if they did that? I'd love to have heard what they were saying. That was a crazy few minutes because we all thought it was given. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the best right back, Danny Alves could never. Look, Danny Alves was a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's a midfield playmaker. He's a playmaker. He's not a right back. I've been saying this his whole career. He's okay at it. Everything that you rave about when it comes to Trent is what he does up the other end of the pitch. That's not a dig. It's not an attack. It's praise. Sensational today. It's a shame he didn't get a brace because I think the first goal has now officially been given as an own goal, and it should be. It hit the back of the goalkeeper. It wasn't going to go in. But what a performance from him today. And he was needed because I thought Kelleher in goal for Liverpool today, and we spoke about this with the Chelsea Liverpool fans on Tuesday. On Thursday night, that Kelleher isn't anywhere near Alisson's standards. And when you take a goalkeeper out of his ability, problems arise. And I don't think Liverpool concede 3 goals today if Alisson is in goal. It's as simple and as straightforward as that for me. I just don't think they concede that amount of goals. But Terry in the mud. Why am I in the mud? I predicted both teams to win. They both won. The only bad thing is I didn't win the £2 million on golden goals because more happened than ever before. But yes, look, Kelleher was probably the weak link today. Still, we know with Liverpool, they can be got at. We know they can be got at. We know they can concede goals. We know that they're not always the strongest defensively. However, it's one of those things for me where attacking-wise, Liverpool never done it and never out of a game, and they demonstrated that in abundance today. They were absolutely brilliant. This team, zero discipline for F's sakes. Get the F in. Sorry, get the F in. I'll get you now. Silva. Yeah, Silva was good today. Listen, it's just individual players letting you down the last few weeks. And, Reece James being sent off, that didn't help you last week. Gallagher's red card. Look, if Brighton were in better form, and if you guys weren't playing as well as you have been in recent weeks, that could have really caused you problems today. But, you got away with that in the end. Jackson getting Astrid's nudes now. Win-win. I've seen all that. I've seen people getting really angry about it as well. I don't really understand. Just block and ignore, and those things don't trend if you don't like it. It's crazy. Thank you, Andrew, for becoming an official member here of the Football Terrace. It means a great deal to us. Looking at the table here, as you can see, Liverpool got a second in the table. Spurs kick off with City in about 13 minutes' time. So Spurs now, by the way, sitting 6th in the Premier League after only 3 games ago being top of the English Premier League. Villa today dropping points. I believe they had a draw today. So, yeah, they'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Playing Bournemouth, I think they would have expected to have won that game. But Liverpool put themselves 2 points behind Arsenal with that brilliant comeback win. If we scroll down a little bit, we'll see Chelsea sitting there on 19 points after 14 games, still 10th. But they beat Man United. That will jump them up to 22 points. And they'll really start closing in on that top 4 position and those European places. DR here says, didn't watch the game. The game I couldn't. I'm hearing Galadog got sent off. Shock. Pochettino is so suspect right now. Maatsen and Cucurella did not start. Nor did Cole Palmer. I think that's to do with playing Man United, though, midweek. You have to rotate still when you've got 3 games in a week. He rotated today. Look, Gallagher getting himself sent off. I don't think you can blame that on the manager per se. You can say, well, he shouldn't be in the team, so you can make that argument. But Chelsea were good today. Yes, they conceded 2 goals. One was a wonder strike, and the other come very, very late after fending well with 10 men for a long period of time. So, and Cucurella, I think, was suspended. Anyway, just looking at this here on the Premier League website. So I don't think Cucurella could have started this game either way. So yeah, that is that as far as we can see. Let's have a little look here. Darwin Núñez is so frustrating. I think Darwin Núñez is going to continue to be frustrating. I think that's just what he is. I think he's just a frustrating player at this moment in time. I think what was more frustrating about him today was his haircut. I didn't get it. It was like Dutch braids or something. Man coming here. Maybe he's trying to channel his inner Erling Haaland or something, trying to be a bit of a Viking. I weren't too sure what it was, but yeah, the haircut's got to go, bruv. The haircut has got to go. Kloppmeister here says, Terry, we have problems in the team, but Trent made me forget about it all. He's probably the most box office player in the world right now with Bellingham. Of course, Klopp's subs saved us. Look, Liverpool got the same problem I think you've had for a while now. And I'm talking about in the context of a title race. You're a little bit too easy to get at. It's too easy for teams to progress the ball through your lines. So Fulham didn't have an abundance of chances there, but they progressed the ball against you a lot. Remember, they're like 16th in the league, and they cause you problems and could have won today. That is a problem. I felt you suffered it last year. When you look at Man City and you look at Arsenal, they get progressed upon very, very infrequently, if that's ever a word, or much less than I feel Liverpool do. And that's just with the naked eye watching. There are graphics and statistics that back this situation as well. And I think that's all about bringing in a top class DM. In terms of goal scoring, every single one of your goals today was a banger. 4 bangers in a game that you win like that as well. There'll be nothing but happiness, I think, from yourselves today. However, I think true Liverpool fans will look at the situation and say, well, we want to win the league, and we can see that we have some real big problems. Getting 3 points in this league is tough. Joshua Jack, you're right. Of course it's tough. Very, very tough indeed. It's no easy feat getting that done. We've got Ches and we've got Ram coming on with us now. Gents, welcome back to the show. Big win for Liverpool today, Ram. The way you came back and everything. Talk to me.
Massive. And look, I've got to say this. Trent is that guy. Them predators he's got on turn him into a new, different player. And I'm loving this, man. Look, I'm gonna be happy about the result. 4-3 after being 3-2 down in like the 80th minute. I'm going to be buzzing. 3 points every day of the week, and we're 1 point behind Arsenal. But there's so many different problems. There's so much to take in about this game, and I've only got a little bit of time because Tottenham are playing in 10 minutes. But yeah, it's Trent amazing. Defensively wise, we're a mess. I thought Klopp would be more conservative when it comes to defensive. Clearly, he wasn't. But this game proved to us that we have the firepower to take on any team, and we can beat any team, and we can score as many goals as they can. So maybe this is a wake-up call for Klopp in the sense of you can be a little bit more conservative. Like, we got Soboslai, we got McAllister, we got Trent, we got Salah, we got the firepower. They can do their thing, and we can still hold out. And I think that's what we got to do from now on, because look, today, happy with the result, but before we got a little bit lucky, and I can't shy away from that. But I'm going to be celebrating. I mean, Trent, Sam, you've been saying on the group chat, Ches, I need to speak to you, bro, because you were talking about Trent for a long time. Now, what you got to say now, bro? Come on, man. What you going to say?
What do you want me to say? He done well today, man. He performed. Like, he's a quality player. Just obviously don't compare him to Reece James. That's what I come in. Do you know what I mean? So
I ain't compared to no one, man. But certain people.
I look at it this way, right? I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement here when it comes to Reece James versus Trent.
Oh no, not this.
Reece James is the better right back. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the better football player and playmaker. That's my personal opinion, and that's not me like sitting on the fence. That's the truth. I think when it comes to being a right back, attacking and defending collectively, Reece James is better. Overall, as a footballer, going forward as a playmaker, Trent is clear of Reece James. Reece James cannot do what Trent does on a passing range, passing ability, creativity. Equally, when it comes to the defensive side of the game, I think Reece James, when fit, is much better.
I agree with you, but the argument shouldn't be he's a better footballer. I would say that the sample size of Trent is a lot bigger because he plays more. That's that's the argument I would go with. Whereas James,
well, the availability makes him better, better in that regard. I would say this to you though, Chairs. I'll say this: within the next 2 years, you're going to very rarely see Trent at right back. This guy is becoming a midfielder. I think he'll be moved into that role. I think.
Why hasn't he done that already though?
I look at it this way: we forget one thing about Trent. Man's still only 24. This guy's still young. Like, this guy burst on the scene, and I think that he's moving into the midfield area. He's learning and understanding football in a much better way now than maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I think he's genuinely going to become a midfield player. He's already doing it for England. He inverts there with Liverpool anyway, and I think eventually he'll be an out-and-out playmaker.
Let me say something quickly about Trent, because I've been singing his praises.
Speak on it.
Because he's not he's not a right back. He's him. That's what Trent is. He's him. When you go to the Etihad away and have a finish like that to secure us a point, and then you go and score, they didn't count it as his goal, but it's an assist, and then go score the winner. You are a game changer. And this is why Liverpool fans before, when they were talking about England, were saying you have to take Trent away on international duty in the major tournaments, because he's one of those guys that will change the game. He was one of those guys out of nothing.
Him attacking is not the issue. It's the defensive.
No. I'm not saying that. But what we're saying is that even this season,
England play defensive football, isn't it?
No, I hear it. But that's on Southgate. That's a problem with Southgate, and we can go all day about Southgate. But with Trent, I've seen it this season. Trent is not defensively all that. I put my hands up. However, he's been all right this season. But his attacking output is so generational. You can actually sometimes give him a blind defensively. And that's on Trent. So he's world class, he's generational. Bro, this guy keeps on growing and growing, and he's been the difference for us in these 2 games against Man City and Fulham. Now, if we're talking about the overall game of Fulham, we played crap. There's no hiding it. We played rubbish. I mean, defensively, we were all over the place. I know we don't have Alisson in goal, and it's easy to scapegoat Kelleher, but there were some things that Kelleher was making, and it was just like, for goodness sake, we need Alisson. We need Alisson back. But
there's a comment here that says from Sean, one of our members. He says, was just a weird game too, Terry. 2 of their goals should have been saved. And I think Kelleher was poor. But also, let's be honest. I know you'll admit to this, Ram. How many times have you guys had games that you've won or not lost in where you've gone, if Alisson weren't pulling off unbelievable but beyond human level saves, you wouldn't have won that game. So when you remove a player who is such a match winner from a goalkeeper point of view, you notice it. You really, really do. We'll come back to Liverpool in a minute here. Ches, it was another, I mean, I feel sorry for Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans. They didn't get to watch each other's games today per se, but it was a big win for you. You started brilliantly. Gallagher put you under a lot of pressure. You then went 3-1 up, and I know it finished 3-2, but for me personally watching, it felt more comfortable than the scoreline suggests.
Hey, Terry, that's because you're a Man United fan. As a Chelsea fan, we haven't won games in how many weeks? I was nervous, man. We were up twice. I know we had a 2-goal gap twice, and they came back, but I hear what you're saying. Like, this performance, I was more looking at mentality, right? I'm looking at, can we actually get the 3 points? The past few weeks, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, even you two laughed at Chelsea. You can't finish off. Today, it was all about mentality. Can we stick in the game, get the 3 points? And defensively, like you said, we wasn't cut open. It was just 2 individual errors, and we could see those goals. So today, I'm happy we got over the line. We didn't really attack that much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say our midfield was great. Our attackers didn't do much. Defensively, we were solid, and we got over the line. That's the main thing. Because at the end of the day, we're 10th, and we got you guys on Wednesday. And for me, it's like, if we can win that game, we're now like 4 or 5 points behind the top 4 race. And if you said that to me in Christmas time, we're beating in around top 4 race, I'm taking it. So that's the way I'm looking at this game today. But Enzo Fernandez, someone's put in the chat that you put up, Terry. He's got more goals than Szoboszlai, side eye. He's got more goals than Jesus, side eye. Talk to me nicely, man. Talk to me nicely. 2 goals today.
How many assists, mate? How many assists?
Remember, he's not a GA guy, but he's still got GA today. So, like, people chat too early.
Neither is Szoboszlai, mate. Neither is Szoboszlai. No one mentioned GA about Szoboszlai, mate. No one mentioned GA about Szoboszlai.
That's because you guys win. When you don't win, it trickles down, right? People start looking at blame games. But, Terry, like you said, solid overall. 3 points is main thing. And move to Wednesday, man. I can't wait to chat about the game coming up this week. But yeah,
how confident are you about coming to Old Trafford, considering how poor we are right now as a team, Man United?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, Chelsea, no matter what team we have, don't do well away at Man United. That's just a fact. We've had great teams, we've had average teams, we've had poor teams, we've had good teams, and we never do well. But Man United are very dusty, very. And I'm not gonna lie to you. If Christopher Nkunku come in the match day squad, and Gallagher's out of the team, thank God he got a yellow card today, red card. Get that clown out my team. We can actually.
Hey, respect your best midfielder, mate. Come on.
He's not a best midfielder. Don't gaslight me at all. Shut up, Ram. Yeah? Get this Gallagher out the team. Terry, I'm looking at you sideways on Wednesday. That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking at, I look at Luton sideways. I look at Luton sideways, bruv. You know when your dog does that, no, it looks at your side. That's me when I'm playing Luton right now, bruv. Let alone Chelsea or anybody else. You've got a great chance. Abs here says, "What a game!" But I still don't understand why Trent's free kick was given as an own goal. If you watch it from the side angle, it hit the crossbar and it was coming out. It wasn't going to go in. It hit the back of Leno and went in. It's one of those unfortunate ones. The goalie won't want the own goal. Trent will want it. I think those goals should be given to the person who takes a shot because it's not even an own goal because the goalie made a mistake. It's a fluke, really. But there we go.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go on, bro. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say that our midfield today, although our attack didn't do very much, actually solid. Enzo and Caicedo, Terry, I know you watched the game. That's why people don't really speak with them, because when they do their job, no one speaks on them, right? 10 men for the whole half. We had 10 men for like, 60 minutes, 55 minutes, and they were solid. Caicedo was in the yellow card for like 30, 40 minutes. Didn't really do much wrong. So I want to shout at Caicedo.
Could have got a second yellow. He was close to a second yellow.
Hey, don't hide away from that chance, man. Don't hide away from that chance.
There's a comment here that says, Terry, I'm tired of watching teams like Fulham, Bournemouth and Brighton playing better football than Man United. Bro, I agree. I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me want to cry. This here says, true Liverpool fans know we play risk-reward football. There's no problems at Liverpool, Terry. We will outscore teams like we've been doing all season. You don't agree with that, Rack, as a Liverpool fan?
Absolutely not, because we played high-risk, high-reward football when we were winning the league and we were playing with a high line. We were playing 2-on-2, two centre-backs against 2 attackers from the opposition. That's different. We are being played through relatively easily, and that's not by design. We may outscore people, absolutely, but there will come times when we will lose out as a result, because you can't. If you're playing that style, you can't win 100% of the time. No one wins 100% of the time anyway. But what I'm saying is that you're more susceptible to taking losses. Today's was not a good performance, but to say like this is by design and. There will be games which will be a bit crazy. There have been. We've been involved in a few crazy games, but we will also come out of the games where we won't always be on the right side of it, and that's not a controlled approach to a game. I don't think this is how we want to play. But also, we got the result today.
You're going, Sam.
Also, right, there's one problem that I've been seeing, and it's not actually our midfield. It's not our defense. It's our attack. Now, I know Salah got an assist today, but all 4 goals were not scored by any of our attackers. It was our midfielder and a defender. Now, I've been watching this recently, and I think our attackers have not been clicking. Whoever's been in attack, Diaz, Salah, Nunes. Now, Nunes, I'm starting to lose my patience with him a little bit, because there's been certain chances that he should be scoring now. Like, I think as a Liverpool fan base, we've been giving him a lot of grace. But it's getting to a point now where I'm thinking we could have easily lost this game. And then we're looking at Nunes' chance and thinking, well, you should have scored it like at Luton. Salah should have scored one where I can't remember who flicked it on the corner and he blasted it over the bar. And it's do you know what? I've been watching. I'm not going to go over the top, but I have been watching it.
It weren't just one sitter he missed. He missed a couple. Like, look, Terry knows, and Terry's done this quite a few times. He kept me up, giving me his praises and everything. But one thing I value a lot is his consistency. And look, you can score winners against Newcastle. You can do whatever, score whatever, however many GA in a certain amount of games, but you need to do it consistently. And if you get the opportunities, and these aren't just half chances, these are clear-cut chances, and you're not taking them, there's got to be an issue with that. And we got bailed out today because of Mr. Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's the key fact of the matter. It could have been another Luton situation where we ended up dropping points when we shouldn't have. And these are the kind of things where Nunes needs to fix up on, because we can't afford to do stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You can't. The one thing, no team can rely on scoring essentially 4 screamers in a game to win it.
Exactly.
Because that Endo shot. If Endo does that shot 20 times, 1 maybe 2 goes in. And I don't think if he doesn't score, I don't think you win the game, because it was just falling away from you. So yeah, you need to be more clinical, and you just I still think you're a top 4 team shoo-in. But winning the title, Rack, surely you have to be harder to progress the ball. It has to be harder to progress the ball through your lines than it currently is.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like I said, the year we won the league, or in the years we went toe-to-toe with City, we always had much more control. Right now, we don't have that much control. Even City last week, they played through our midfield relatively easily. Like, we looked best when the gaps between the front and back were relatively short, and we could control the space a bit more. But as soon as we have to come out and play more expansively, and people will say that it's a byproduct of playing attacking football, but sometimes we get played through so easily. Some of the goals we gave away today were poor. Like that third goal was poor.
But
and also like that McAllister, you're talking about XG. That I reckon McAllister hits that 100 times and he goes in once or twice from there because it just doesn't happen.
10 times. 1 in 10.
No.
Yeah,
Honestly, check the XG on that. I bet it's 1.1 or 0.01 or 0.02, something like that. It's not a good chance. Like we missed some sitters as well. I agree.
Yeah,
and these things balance out. But
one sec, Ram.
This is what
Now, tune into man
Sanchez.
a little bit, and literally all you're saying, I agree with. Being objective, right? Just Liverpool, they're not clicking the attack, but they still score goals. So that's the main thing. Like, you can still score, and that's always a good trait to have for a team. But I think that moving forward, that like DM position needs to be like clarified. Yes, you've got Gravenberch, you've got Endo coming in, who's not at the level, of course, but the way Fulham got through, that shouldn't really be happening for a team trying to contend the league. If you're trying to get top 4, that's fine, but you need to shore that up because moving forward during the course of the season, like Terry said, only so many screamers can score, right? Even with Mohamed Salah in the team. So,
and Trent, remember what I said in the group chat? I always said in the group chat, yeah, we need a DM at the beginning of the season, and I said we can hold it until January, but that has to be top priority that we get a DM. I always said this when Chelsea got Lavia and Caicedo. For me, that only just slowed down the process for us for winning the league. That's what I've always said that. So we need to get a DM in January. We cannot go through the rest of the season without a DM.
But my issue with when people say, "Oh, the high risk, high reward" kind of thing. Look, that was how many years ago was this? 3 years ago. We had a completely different midfield, and we don't need to play this high risk, high reward. We got a completely different midfield with a lot more technical ability. But with Szoboszlai, McAllister, they're a lot more technical compared to the likes of Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, and Fabinho. So we don't need to be playing this high risk, high reward when we've got players who have the quality to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And that's what we should be doing. That's why I say we need to be a little bit more conservative defensively, but allow the attackers to do what they do best, which is get goals. That's how I hear you
on that. Some super chats here. Nav here says 16 minutes added on for what? A load of crap for one red card. That was in the first half as well. I expected 7, but not 16. Yeah, we won. Fine, cool with the FA and Premier League. It was mad that 16 minutes were added on, but a lot of that was created by their own idiotic approach to that weird handball. The fact they got called to the monitor when it hit Colwell in the face.
We didn't speak on that. What the hell?
You
know what I don't get? Why did it take the ref to realise that wasn't a yellow card? I mean, a handball.
For me as well, though. The referee pointed to the spot. I saw him do it.
Yeah, the ref gave it as a penalty.
Oh! 1-0 Spurs.
Goal. Yeah, it's a goal.
Counter attack.
No way.
So I'm watching this now in I've got Sky. Doku
He's
shot.
got past Doku.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm still at a corner I assume it's from this corner that City have just got that I'm watching.
Sorry, I spoiled it for you, Terry.
But who scored?
That's fine. That's interesting. I bet on it being 5-1, so that's just Spurs' goal out the way, isn't it? Although for a title race, we could really do with Spurs winning because we know they're not winning the league, but taking 3 more points.
Definitely do with that.
100%.
Can someone explain why
imagine?
Man City have this hoodoo over Spurs? It doesn't make sense to me. Why are they
we got the same thing with you lot. We can't beat you.
That's fact.
It's just their bogey team. Tottenham is their bogey team.
Oh, that's poor from Phil Foden there.
What I would say is, Tottenham playing a high line though.
Doku weak.
Yeah.
Doku weak.
Tottenham every time.
Oh wow, 1-0. That's crazy. I'll just watch it. That's just like watching Ollie ball. That time added on was crazy. The Buffer Gooner here says, genuine question for Liverpool fans. Do you really believe you're finishing above us, Arsenal, playing like you're in the NBA?
No. If you play like that, then no. Obviously not. But that's where we believe.
The question. Go on.
I was going to say that's where we believe, and I hope that Klopp can be a little bit more tactically better and become and change his tactics to suit certain situations, which he has shown this season.
There we go.
There's two things. Do I think we can finish above Arsenal? Yes. Do I think we can win the league? Probably not. Because City are there.
I hear that.
Yeah, City.
Nav also here says every game there's something that's annoying. Arsenal should have had a corner, etc., etc. The list goes on and on and on. Every club there's always something in the game. I hear you. We need a new goalkeeper. Sanchez gives me a heart attack every time he gets a back pass. Well, that ball nearly went through when he tried to control the ball. It was crazy.
To be fair, he didn't have a bad game today. Like I wouldn't say
shot stopping wise, he was good. He was good. He was good.
No.
Igal said Enzo does nothing, and in the next game he scores 2 goals. Listen, I told you, Igal angers the football gods almost every time he speaks. So it's a good thing for you when he has a go generally. Terry, I asked for Sam what's more Endo can do for him to be praised as Sobostai, and he gets deflected by belittling him. Oh, you mean Endo, not Enzo? Oh, no, Enzo. Sorry.
Enzo
Even without the goals, he's been on it. Well, I'll ask him this week on the show. Trent's free kick goal was given as an own goal. Hell no, it was.
Is it 1-1? It's 1-1.
I think it might be. Someone just said it's 1-1. Yeah, I will not be surprised. Ref gave the pen, so he had to go to the screen to reverse it. Right. Okay, that's why he went. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Support the channel for Terry from Bosnia. Thank you, bro. Liverpool fan. If Kelleher is the best backup goalkeeper in the world, then I am the best backup assist basis for Tall. Yeah, listen, he was very, very poor today indeed. That's an own goal.
Son own goal.
The irony.
Hilarious. Then I told you 5-1. Not yet taking this seriously. Fulham did this to the top 4 teams. We couldn't pass it to the right wing. Manager Fulham set up well. Yeah, he does. Can we actually trust VAR? I don't think so. I mean, if it's true that the referee gave it and then VAR has overturned it, then they've got the decision right. I also think Chelsea's penalty they got was a penalty. Definitely. And VAR actually did a good job there because in real time, it's hard to see. But in reality, the way Milner stepped across the player, it was cheeky. In real time, you can't see it.
That's
in
the thing.
slow-mo, it shows it off.
I don't interrupt you. I don't know what commentator you had, but the one I had was like, it's not a pen. Milner uses experience. I was thinking, if you play football, he's deliberately like used his body, got in his way, and then tripped him up. But he's made it look like he just shoved him off the ball. So I thought
it was a contact. It was a contact with his legs that was more the foul than the getting the arm across. Getting the arm across, I can kind of understand a little bit, but he also got tangled up in his legs. And when you go down that situation, it's always going to be a pen.
People are telling me it's 2-1 to Spurs. Is that true?
I haven't seen
anything yet.
Oh, hang on. Someone just wrote. Pedro just wrote 2-1.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I don't think so.
I don't know. There might be people lying. Someone said, Son is on a hat trick already, isn't he? There we go. Listen, boys, I want to thank you all for coming on. I think everybody wants to go and watch this game right now, including everybody on the panel, all of our viewers. We're back live after it. Obviously, the top 6 show tomorrow.
Oh, no, you're not.
Okay. And the top 6 show tomorrow will be covering all these games again. So make sure you're all tuning in. Listen, everyone, thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. See you all again soon.